I believe that the best party to represent the United States of America is the Democratic Party. And I believe this for three reasons. First, on social issues. Second, on issues of national security. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, on issues of the economy. So let's start about with social issues. First, on the level of social issues, the Democratic Party represents the best progressive challenge and ability to America's traditional social norms. Specifically, I want to argue that the Democratic Party in the United States is the preeminent advocate for first homosexual rights. The Democratic Party platform is the only party platform of a major political party in the United States that advocates the marriage of the rights of homosexuals. It is my firm and profound belief that only a country that treats all of its citizens, even the weakest, equally, is a party that can advance the interests of this country. Second, is the Democratic Party on homosexual rights is not only suited for marriage rights, but also for things such as removing don't ask, don't tell, allowing homosexual couples to have benefits throughout the country, preventing discrimination, passing hate crime legislation, doing laws that protect and defend the weakest and most discriminated against in our country. According to studies conducted by various universities, we found that last year alone, several thousand individuals committed suicide because they were gay and bullied. We found that movements such as the Let Gets Better campaign were conducted specifically to fight these kind of oppression. But the only party that stands with those movements, is the Democratic Party. But let's move on to other social issues. Let's move on now to issues of national security. Now, we face sort of a dilemma in national security disputes between a school of realism and a school of idealism. I will argue that the Democratic Party represents the ideal sort of fit in between. Now, while Republicans advocate for more hostile rhetoric to the world and preemptive military strikes, there's only Democratic administrations that have advocated specifically for more moderate takes on those issues. Specifically, I want to point out the contrast between Barack Obama's foreign policy and his relationship with the world and George W. Bush's. George W. Bush managed to take the incredible amount of goodwill the United States had after 9/11, where the rest of the world was literally putting flowers on celebrating the United States, making us one of the least trusted nations in the world. A Pew Global Attitude Survey found that the United States, during the time and era of the Bush administration, saw significant declines in approval ratings throughout the world. The election of Barack Obama has had significant increases, and a couple of reasons why. First, Democrats believe in multilateral approaches to foreign policy, not unilateral action. Second is that Democrats are not willing to have all-out offensive military strikes, but instead focus on more targeted efforts. Contrast George W. Bush's invasion of Iraq with Barack Obama's cautious intervention in Libya, followed by multilateral negotiation and lots of friends and support from our allies. Finally, I would argue that the issue of the economy, the Democrats are obviously the better party. First, in terms of short-term problems, the Republicans have advocated a doctrine of austerity. They believe that spending cuts will produce economic results. A study conducted by the IMF of multiple European countries found that countries that cut their spending and increase taxes in a recession hurt the economy. Only Barack Obama and only the Democratic Party is advocating for more stimulus that is key to causing economic growth. In terms of long-term infrastructure investment is only advocated by the Democratic Party. Economists from the World Bank have specifically said that the United States needs $1 trillion of investments in order to continue to prosper economically in the future. Because of all those reasons, social, national security, and economic, I believe that the Democratic Party is the best option for the United States.